As a rider coach or motorcycle safety instructor, nothing makes us feel worse than having an eager, passionate student arrive for training or to get their license, only to have to send them away because they didn't follow one of the basic procedures. Here's what you need to know before you go. I'm Hal Deily, and you've entered the Friction Zone. The number one tip I can give you is when you register for a class, read your confirmation email. Let me say that again. Read your confirmation email.
Read your confirmation email.
Everything you need to know is in that confirmation email. However, many students skim over it or don't read it at all and miss these important considerations. In the state of Pennsylvania, we have two basic curriculums that are being taught. The MSF, Motorcycle Safety Foundation curriculum, or the Total Control curriculum. Both are highly recommended. If you have a classroom that is in person, make sure you know the location and save plenty of time to arrive prior to the class beginning. We normally recommend arriving 20 to 30 minutes early. Please keep in mind the traffic you may encounter, construction zones, or other items that may deter you from arriving on time. This is the number one reason people are asked to leave. Unfortunately, we are on a strict time schedule, and students are often asked to leave because they arrive late. If you happen to be an alternate, or if the class is overbooked, you will be taken in the order that you arrive for that class. Save a cushion to ensure no matter what you encounter along the way, you'll still be able to get there in plenty of time for class to begin. If you have an online course with the Motorcycle Safety Foundation program, make sure you're taking the proper course. For the basic rider course, it is a 5-hour program that you do online prior to arriving for your first riding session. You will be given a confirmation certificate upon completion. Either bring a screenshot of that certificate or bring it in person as we register you for the riding portion of the program. When you arrive for the riding portion, make sure you have your motorcycle license, driver's license, and/or your motorcycle permit. Make sure those are all valid and will be valid through the entire course or program. We will need to have those as we check you in for the riding portion of the class and/or the classroom. When we speak about reasons people are asked to leave, one of the other big two is improper gear. And let's start with the helmet. You're required to bring a DOT-approved helmet that's a 3/4, full face, or modular version. Half shells are not permitted. Hey, my buddy wore this exact helmet in the class the other week and he was allowed to take it. Look, it covers over the ears just like you said. Why can't I wear it? I know what you're thinking. And this is something we've heard many times as an instructor. Even if your buddy was permitted to wear that helmet in class, not only did that instructor put your buddy's safety at risk, they also put in jeopardy their continued employment as a rider coach or motorcycle safety instructor. And should something have happened to your friend and they got injured, we could have lost that entire site to teach motorcycle safety at. Also, make sure it is of a modern design. If you show up with a helmet that is deemed not safe due to its age, you will be asked to replace it with another. Do the right thing. Wear the proper helmet. You also need to have some type of eye protection. We recommend you either have clear and/or tinted, depending on the weather. Bring both just in case. If you have a helmet, the face shield will suffice. However, you will have to bring it down far enough to cover your eyes during the riding portion. Again, when in doubt, we always recommend having motorcycle-specific gear for the class. However, any eye protection will work, including prescription eyeglasses. Hand protection is also required. Ideally, they will be motorcycle-specific full-finger gloves. Half-finger gloves, or gloves that have holes or rips on them, will not be permitted. Neither will garden gloves. Also make sure that the gloves you have fit snugly to your hand to allow you to properly and safely manipulate the controls of the motorcycles. Protecting your upper body requires a long sleeve jacket or sturdy shirt or sweatshirt. What won't be permitted is any type of lycra or low-cut gear. When in doubt, motorcycle specific is always the way to go. If you're wearing something with long sleeves and wish to push them up when you're not riding, that's fine. However, anytime you go to get on the bike, full gear is required. Make sure you roll those sleeves back down to protect. Your glove or long sleeve shirt or jacket must also come down far enough to protect over the gloves you're wearing. We like to say there should be no skin under the chin. Make sure that jacket covers all the way down for the class. When it comes to the lower body, we require sturdy jeans as a minimum. Jeans that have rips, holes, or distressed are not permitted in the class. Neither are yoga, lycra, or running style pants that aren't providing adequate protection. And the same goes with thin material khakis as well. When in doubt, go with sturdy jeans that are in a good condition and will likewise cover all the way down to where your boot or footwear protects that ankle area. If you have a motorcycle riding pant, those will also be permitted for the class. Sturdy over-the-ankle footwear is likewise required. This is another area where we see often students showing up in tennis shoes or some type of low-cut footwear that is not permitted. Don't make that the reason you're asked to leave the class. When in doubt, we would go with a motorcycle-specific style boot. If you have laces on that boot, make sure you tuck them into the top of the boot as you ride so they don't get caught on the levers. Also be aware of wearing a boot with a very high heel. This can often get caught behind the foot peg, not allowing you to reach the controls safely. Your other alternative is to try to balance that heel on the foot peg, likewise resulting in a lack of safety. Go with a sturdy over-the-ankle shoe or boot to protect yourself during that class. A couple tips to keep in mind is number one, dress for the weather. Is it going to be hot or cold? Or is it perhaps rain in the forecast? Bring some type of rain gear just in case. There's nothing worse than trying to master a new skill and being uncomfortable because you're wet or cold or extremely hot. Think about bringing some water and snacks that you can make use of during the breaks in the riding portion. If you're under 18, make sure you understand the specific requirements for those under 18 riders. You can find that information on the Pennsylvania Motorcycle Safety website, or you can reach out to us at the Friction Zone and we'll be glad to get that information to you. There are items that are not permitted on the range, such as firearms or weapons of any type. Also, smoking will be prohibited around the bikes and around the shed due to safety concerns. In closing, let me again mention, now's a perfect time to go back and read that email. If you need further clarifications, please feel free to reach out to me at the Friction Zone or contact the Pennsylvania Motorcycle Safety Office. We want you to have a safe, successful, and enjoyable time with the Motorcycle Safety Program. I'm Hal Deily, and you've been in the Friction Zone.